as we celebrate Freedom Day on Saturday, there will be many social activities happening, and one such is the Freedom Day Cup, which will see cricket being played out at the Elkah Stadium, the spiritual home of cricket in Soweto. And to talk to us about this, we are joined by the Secretary-General of the Fat Cats Club, Mbali Hlophe. Good morning to you, Mbali. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports and Morning Live.
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers.
So let's start and speak first about the Elkah Stadium, because it's one that has such rich history when it comes to cricket. Speak to me about the importance of playing at the stadium for what will be taking place this weekend, but also how important it is in keeping cricket alive in Soweto.
Well, Elkah has always been the home of cricket, especially black townships. You have Kagiso, you have your Dobsonvilles, you have your Alexanders, but Elkah has been, if you go back to history, Soweto Cricket Club used to be one of the first black cricket teams that actually played Premier League cricket back then in the days. And over the years, we've seen many stars. I can mention the likes of Jeff Toyana playing in 1995 while I was still young. Your Richard Matlalas when England toured and SAA played there. And over the years, we've seen many others come up. And, it is what it is, because we've decided we are going to have this tournament. And this is the fourth edition of the tournament. 2021, just after the COVID restrictions were eased, we just sat with the guys and said, guys, we play on holidays. Let's have, as Fat Cats Cricket Club, let's have our flagship tournament. And we came up with the Freedom Day Cricket Cup. And yeah, over the years, it's growing. It's going back to Elkah this year. And the last 2 years, we held it in Kagiso. But there is interest from other townships in the East Rand, in Pretoria. And we hope in the near future to grow from 4 teams to maybe 8 teams, maybe have a 2-day event. But for now, our concentration is this weekend.
But generally speaking, and from what I'm hearing from you, you're happy with the growth of the tournament and how far it's come in these 4 years.
Indeed, indeed. If you look at where we started as Fat Cats Cricket Club to what we have right now, as you can see, people talk about it. We get inquiries from other teams to say, we also want to take part. Unfortunately, for now, we can only cater for 4. But in the next year or so, hopefully next year when we have our 5th anniversary, the tournament will grow.
Let's break it down in terms of what the day looks like. You speak about 4 teams. 4 teams, how many games? What is the setup of the tournament?
So the setup of the tournament is 4 teams, 3 games, T20. So you have your first game playing at 8:30. Your second game is at 11:30. Obviously, it's a knockout phase. And then the final is played in the afternoon. Sometimes you say, no, we'll play at 2:30, and you can't play at 2:30 because people are having so much fun, because it's not only about cricket on the day. There are various other activities that take place, because we believe in family. And the idea is to also encourage kids from the surrounding areas, because they look at these adults now who are still playing sport. And obviously they join us. We'll have your hot dogs, boerewors rolls. We don't really have clinics, but there are guys that are also willing, because many of our players are former pro cricketers, and they'll lend a hand. They'll teach a child about the basics of cricket. Also, just getting them to get into the idea of playing sport even when they're older, because some of these kids just look at these above 35-year-olds that are still playing the sport. And surely, you know how adults influence kids. They still want to play.
Let's talk about that a little bit more, because you think of Soweto and the first thing that comes to mind generally when you think sporting codes would be football and not cricket. And generally we seem to think that there may not be as much attraction for other sporting codes in a township. Speak to me about that when it comes to this one-day tournament you've got.
Well, sport is diverse, and there are lots of opportunities. As much as you think people would love football, because people are surrounded by various sporting grounds. There's cricket, I think there's rugby also, and football. But many kids around, especially if you just move out the gate, many would rather walk to Elkah and just play cricket. And also it's taken to schools. That's the introduction.
Let's tell people at home how they get involved. If they want to come out and be spectators and enjoy, as you've mentioned, it's a nice, fun family day. How do they participate? What is the cost, if any?
Well, all you need to do is just bring yourself, bring your kids. There'll be a jumping castle for the kids. We cater for that because we are very big as Fat Cats on family. And the idea is to plant a seed in kids that sport is very important. It goes a very long way. It keeps you healthy, and there are other benefits to that. So all you need to do is get on down to Elkah Cricket Stadium this coming Saturday, 27th. It's going to be a fun-filled day. Music, cricket. What more can you ask for? From there, you go home. You had a very lovely Freedom Day.
And just before I wrap up with you, Mbali, let's quickly talk about how you mentioned that, you know, different sporting codes, different places, but now we see the growth in cricket. Are you guys looking to do something more than just a one-day tournament? Because perhaps you spark this interest for this young child in Soweto to love cricket and fall in love with it, but it's just a Freedom Day Cup that happens one day. Are you looking at doing more in investing further?
Well, there's always an idea of growing the brand, also the sport. And like I said, that in the near future, we are definitely going to grow the tournament from 1 day to 2 days, because we've gotten inquiries from other parts of the province, other parts of the country to say, we are seeing this thing that you're doing and we'd like to be part of it. And obviously sometimes you exclude people. Like this year we're having a team for the first time, and we had to exclude a team which did not play, which played previously, and obviously they felt heart sore. But it's just one of those things. And actually you'd be shocked who are some of these players. I mean, the deal done. They've got the likes of former Orlando Pirates star Dane Clayt, who's actually a good cricketer.
We've heard.
Yeah. So in the near future, most definitely, we hope to take the tournament to various parts of the country, various parts of the province, and we are working around the clock to making sure it does happen.
All right, onwards and upwards. Mbali Hlophe, he is the Secretary-General of the Fat Cats Club. We're, of course, talking all things Freedom Day Cup. It will be taking place out at the Elkah Stadium. All you need to do is get yourself there, watch 2 semi-finals, and then that will be followed up by the final.